How do I start my videos? It's been way too long.
Before you came round, I was ready to blow me down.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I guess long time no me in front of the camera for like 10 months. Been busy with school, you know, being a cinema arts major and all. I got to be in a bunch of different projects, which I'll talk about a bit. Because I want to do kind of like a sit down, catch up sort of a situation, but I also wanted to do another holiday makeup look to see how much I've improved since I did the last one. God, that was 2 years ago. It's basically like Christmas lights. Yes, I'm gonna try that. Without further ado, let's get into it. This semester was really like hectic, and I was a part of a lot of different student film sets, which was awesome. I absolutely love doing that stuff. I acted in 4 sets for short films, and I was crew for 2 more. So I did a total of 6, which, you know, for me seems kind of normal, but that's because the first semester that I was really a part of, like the film department, was spring last semester when we had our capstone class, so like the seniors doing their final projects and stuff like that, and that class was the full class, so there were like 12 students in there trying to do films, so being on that many sets made sense. But this year, I think for the capstone class, there were only 4 students, and then there were like 8 gradstones, but I didn't hear much about the gradstones. I posted whenever I was on one of these film shoots. It was usually like, you know, earlier in the day of just like, hey, this is what I'm doing today. Like 2 film days per shoot, which was usually the weekends, times, what did I say, 6? Although one of them was 3 days and one of them was only 1 day, so, you know, kind of cancel each other out. That's like 12 days out of the semester that I was on a set, and most of them were full day sets, so it was like 14 hours. I was on crew for 2 of the capstones, and then I was acting for 4 short films, so it was a completely different class. So the capstones got this huge like screening in our theater, and so that was really fun to like be a part of that. But the short films, that was just like shown in class with the directors, and so one of the directors told me that it was okay for me to sneak in the class to watch the films, and I was in 3 of those. And so, you know, a couple of the people in there I kind of knew. So afterwards they were like, how many sets were you on? Because, you know, I was in 3 of those, so how many more was I a part of this year just in general? I was like, yeah, I did like 6, and you know, everyone's like, oh my god, are you okay? So yeah, the majority of my weekends for half of the semester were spent on film sets, which is a lot. It's a lot of commitment. But you know, I absolutely love acting. So the first set that I was on as an actor, it was about he was an alcoholic, and he was in rehab and he came back, but then he started drinking again. So the girlfriend got mad, rightfully so, and she was gonna try and leave him, but then shit happened. He got a little mad. He couldn't control his anger. It was a very serious one. I think it was like one of the more serious sets that I was on. The next one was not one from my school, but it was my twins' short film, where I was basically a mind reader who got into the head of a daydreamer and kind of wouldn't leave her alone because it doesn't happen all that often. Reality's kind of boring, and it's more fun to just live life in other people's heads, even though that is. and invasion of privacy. And it takes invasion of privacy to a whole new level. She's kind of reliving past traumas, and you know, I kind of see this all happening. You know, the third one was the 1940s set. That was was fun to do because I hadn't met the director yet. So, you know, I was very confused as to why he picked me. Like how he heard about me. And turns out that his assistant director, he had actually recommended me as an actor, because that was like the first time I met him. I was pulled in last minute. It was the first set that I was on. But like, I was kind of surprised that he had actually recommended me as an actor. And so that's how I got that role as the lesbian love affair, because it was a murder mystery. Again, this is the one that I did the documentary about. And this wife has supposedly been murdered. So a detective is trying to figure out who killed her, and you know, there's the plot twist, and it was just fun to be a part of that. So the fourth and final one I acted on was when I was, again, pulled in last minute, because his actor got sick, so he needed somebody else. And so I was like, hey, does gender matter? So he's like, well, it's supposed to be a dude. So unless somebody else chimes in by the morning, you've got the part. And then like 15 minutes later, this is at like 10:30 at night, by the way. 15 minutes later, he texts me back. He's like, all right, you got the part. So I was like, okay, cool. That one is actually the only one, is by the time that I'm filming this, that is the only one that has been shared on YouTube. I'll add a little, it's on this side, I'll add a little card. It's basically, how do I say it without spoiling it? It involves vampires. Yeah, that one was fun, especially because it was just a bunch of us having fun. But yeah, no, those sets were so fun. I can't really like talk and do this at the same time, but I'm basically going to now draw the line of the lights, string lights, tree lights, the lights. So I'm gonna try and just point it straight and do it that way and see how straight I can get this line. I don't have high hopes. I've already fucked it up. Oh, and when I open my eyes, because of my damn hooded eyelids, you can't even see what I just... Can't even see what I did. Doesn't look as clean as hers. But, of course, I'm still learning how to do makeup. I wonder, ooh, it might look better if I, like on the photo, she's got it disconnected, but it kind of comes closer to a point. But mine is so far away from each other that it might work if I just connect it. But you know, you can see just how janky that line is. Kind of bring the wing a little up, a little higher. Now to do the other eye. Oh my god. This is even more difficult. Of course, now I'm being more careful, so the line is coming out so much thinner. I jinxed it. You know how janky it already is. Oh my god. See, this is why, I was considering doing this for Christmas. Fuck. Oh god, okay. Now I gotta go back over. Fuck. Anyway, I was thinking about doing this look for Christmas because I was like, you know, it looks a little tedious, but it shouldn't be so bad, and like I'm struggling right now, so I don't think I will be doing that. Speaking of Christmas though, so I don't care what other people think of how I look or how I dress, because I'm just gonna do me, and if you have a problem with it, that's on you. My grandparents, you know, boomers, so when it comes to body mods, they're a little not totally with it. I guess really out of my grandparents, I think my dad's mom is the only one who's like truly against them. She doesn't like body mods, and usually she gets on me about mine because my older sister has a tattoo, but it's on her thigh, and so it's covered most of the time. My twin dyes their hair a fuck ton, and I've got piercings. Mine is the only one that she really has a problem with because it's visible and, you know, it's unusual, not normal. Because, like, for my twin, like, we've been dyeing our hair since we were, like, 10 years old. So she's a little more used to the hair dyeing at this point. She doesn't have as much of a problem with my older sister's tattoo because it's covered most of the time. Still not a fan of tattoos. My piercings. When I did my septum back in 2020, ever since then, there's not been a single time where I've seen her where she hasn't ridiculed me about it. Like the earrings, you know, she wasn't a fan of the fact that I had 4. And she would tell me, she's like, you better not get any more in your face. And come September of 21, when I did my nostril, she saw it. She asked if it was real, so I, you know, kind of moved it around. I was like, yeah, it's real. And again, she got on me about it. She's like, but it's in your face and I don't like it. It's like, really? Like, my body mods do not affect you in any way, shape, or form. So why the fuck do you care? If I like how I look, why are you so bothered by it? You know, like, I'm not getting on your case about the fact that you dye your hair consistently. Like, why can't you just let your white hair grow out? Like, why do you gotta cover it up and make it, you know, look normal? Why are you trying to look younger? Like, I'm not fucking doing that. You know, she dyes her hair. She can do that if she wants to. You know, she can cut her hair if she wants to. She can dress how she wants to. I don't give a flying fuck. It does not affect me in any way. So why is she so bothered about the fact that I want to do what the fuck I want to do? Let me express myself how I want to in the moment. Going back to the whole me being stubborn, I bought, hold on, I'm gonna pause doing makeup real quick. I bought fake tattoos. So I'm gonna put a lot of those on. I'm gonna do makeup. I'm going to be as edgy as humanly possible so that when I see my grandma, she's probably gonna have a heart attack. No, but she's gonna be so shocked and, like, I don't want to say like disgusted, but like disappointed. And I am excited. Okay, yeah, that's very janky, and I've got that spot. I'm gonna try and clean this up real quick. But so far it's not too, oh my god, that, what happened? Oh, I did the whole pulling, oh my god, you can see the shapes are off, because this one's a lot, like, softer, like it's an almond, but then this one's a whole curve. So, like, doing this, you can tell that this one, like, it looks like my eyebrows a little more raised just because of the lines. But when I drop my eyes, like, this one at least, like, it follows out from the crease softer, but then this one, it goes up first and then out, so it's very rounded and weird looking. I tried, and that's all that matters. Now I gotta do the lights, which looks like basically just what I have to do is take the colors and just kind of like dab a little circle, and then take like a white liner and then just kind of like dab it in the center. Oh, actually, going back to tattoos. So, you know, I don't have any yet, but I do want at least a couple. See, with first tattoos, I'm like, do I want something small so I can see what the pain is like? I tend to have a pretty good like pain tolerance. I can handle a decent amount, I think. I'm not too terribly afraid of pain, I guess. In as much of a non-kinky way as I can say that. You know, because I think that I can handle pain, I think that, you know, it doesn't really matter how big the tattoo is. I think I can do it. Like, I think I can handle it, basically. So then that's when I started thinking, well, where would I want to do a first tattoo? I was like, well, thigh is a pretty good spot because it can be hidden, but I'm a fan of wearing short shorts, so it will likely not be hidden a whole lot. Pretty decent for pain. It's one of the lesser painful spots, at least like higher up where it's a little fattier, a little meatier. And so just like overall it seemed like a decent spot to start. So then I was like, okay, I'll probably do it on my thigh, but what do I want? I'm very like 50-50 on like, yes, it has to be important, it has to have meaning, and like, what if I just want it because it looks nice? I fell into a pit on Pinterest and I came across fan art that somebody drew because there was a Tumblr post that said something along the lines of, what if Medusa had a blind girlfriend? So, you know, she doesn't have to worry about like accidentally turning her lover to stone, and plus lesbians are cute, right? LGBT solidarity. So I was like, oh, I love the idea of doing that because I did kind of want a Medusa to be my first tattoo. If you know, you know, really. She's a symbol for survivors, basically, and kind of like a protector of sorts, because in Greek mythology, if I remember correctly, if I get the names right, she was kind of like a servant in a way to Athena. Like she was like running Athena's temple, and oh my god, it was either Apollo or Poseidon. I don't remember which one. I think it was Apollo. He took advantage of her in Athena's temple. So then the ending kind of goes a couple of different ways, because part of it is that Athena cursed Medusa because like, how dare you let this happen in my temple. The other way that it goes, she blessed Medusa, I guess, with this power so that something like that doesn't happen again, so that she can be protected. But like either way you want to look at it, she got those powers because she was taken advantage of. I resonate with that, unfortunately. I had a lot of shit go down end of summer, beginning of like school year, and it hit harder that I wanted something like that to be like a first tattoo. I don't know how many other ways I can say it, but it just resonates and I relate to it like a lot of other people do. Back to the whole Medusa and her blind girlfriend. My star sign, sun sign, is Libra. And Libra is blind justice. So I was like, what if I do a little bit of a Libra x Medusa as my first? Because, you know, with Libra being justice and Medusa being a protector for victims, like that's kind of, I like to think of it as in that they kind of coincide and they can kind of represent a similar message, or just put together they can be, you know, a message as a whole. So I thought that it was a pretty cool idea. I do think that, you know, it's nice to have like occasions to get tattoos, like birthday, graduation, Christmas gift, you know, what have you. But for me personally, I think it will be a good idea to get a tattoo once I am 1 year clean. That's kind of like my goal, and part of my driving force to stay clean is that I can cover my body in beautiful art instead. Okay, so I've got all my little rainbow dots. Now we do the little lights on the inside very carefully. Very, very carefully. Again, I'm not showing you guys what I'm doing, but I'm just using this palette for the lights. So I've got red, the yellow, the green, and the blue. I just noticed I had this. It's a white shimmery thing. So let me try it. Ooh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Yes. Ooh. Oh, that looks cool. That looks so much like this, you know, pretty okay, but this, that is cool. Oh my god, I love makeup. Oh my god. Okay, so this is what I'm doing for Christmas Eve. And as soon as my mom sees it, she's gonna be like, oh my god, let me take a picture. Because every time I do makeup, she wants a picture because I'm all dolled up. And I'm like, Mom, you don't need a picture of every time I put makeup on my face. Oh my god, I can see the white on my lashes. Oh, but this looks so cool. This is fun. Fun. Okay. Oh yeah, then the look has rainbow colors underneath. So I'm going to do that real quick. Oh, that's so cute. I love this. This is adorable. But now I'm gonna do the rest of my face. It took me 2 hours to do just the base and then the freaking eyes. But I was also getting a little distracted because I was telling stories. I went from film sets to tattoos. I don't know how I did that. But yeah, no, I was a lot more active this school year than last, and I cannot be more grateful for the experience. It's also actually a part of a friend group that stayed together this time. They're all creative writing D&D people, so that's awesome. They're a chaotic group, but I wouldn't have it any other way. This semester is just reminding me like what I'm doing all of this for. It was a lot for me to try and keep up with because I was barely active in anything last year, and then to go from that to being an executive board member for our cinema association, and then also doing sand volleyball weekly and trying to be social and, you know, hang out with friends as much as I could. Like, that was a lot for me. And so there were a couple times where I was like, I might just like quit doing something. And, you know, I know that, you know, people would understand, and, you know, they'd be like, you know, you don't have to feel bad about quitting anything, because like we all get it. We all get busy sometimes. Nobody's gonna like blame you for it, because that's not always something that I truly like give thought to a lot of the time, because I'm a people pleaser. So I want people to be able to like count on me and know that I'm there if they like need anything. And I want to be an adult. I want to be reliable. And so I feel like if I were to back out of something, then that's irresponsible of me. I just gotta stick through it. That's kind of my headspace, is just I need to stick through it. I need to see it through. But it's not always gonna be the case. Sometimes things just get a little too much, and you need to know when to quit. And you need to know that it's okay to quit. It's okay to stop for a second and come back. You know, like, it's okay to put yourself first. Okay, so this is the finished product. I honestly, like, I don't know what I was expecting, but it turned out better than what I thought, but worse than what I was hoping. But it's cute, it's fun. Oh my god, okay. I think I am done ranting for now. How do I end my videos? Okay, so that brings us to the end of the video. So if you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications for when I upload next. And until next time, I don't have an outro, so you're just gonna deal with goodbye. Can my eye just like be okay with the fact that there's shit all over it and not like throw a fit and ruin my art?